welcome back to my channel, Simply Lovely Living. Today I will be sharing this DIY faux fireplace that my husband and I have been working on, and I am so excited to finally share it with you guys. Now the best thing about this fireplace is that it has a hidden storage compartment so that you can hide all your TV boxes and cables and remotes in there without obstructing the view of this beautiful fireplace built-in. And of course it's got south close, which is very convenient. I have linked all of the dimensions for this DIY faux fireplace built-in on my blog, so make sure to check that out. And I have also linked all of the tools and materials that we use for this project in the description below. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Okay, so first off, I did want to mention that we are building this entire faux fireplace built-in with MDF, except for the mantle top. I go into detail on the blog about why we chose to do this, plus other critical factors to consider before starting a project like this, so make sure to check it out. We built all of the fireplace pieces in the garage, starting with the legs. Once we cut our pieces, we used wood glue and nails to attach them together. Then we cut the trim pieces and glued and nailed them to the face of the legs. If you need to squeeze in some of the trim pieces, just make sure to do so carefully with a rubber mallet. Finally, we cut these quarter round pieces in 45-degree angles and glued them to the trim pieces. So we did end up cutting another piece and place it between the legs for extra support. And now we will move on to the baseboards. We did not glue or nail the baseboards to the legs yet because we didn't want it to be in the way once we were putting our tile. Plus, we are building this fireplace on our subfloor, So the baseboards need to go on once the floor is put in. And the same thing goes for this trim over the baseboard. We are just gluing and nailing it to itself, not onto the legs. Okay, now we are on to the hidden compartment. But first I just wanted to mention how amazing this circular saw guide is. The cuts were actually easier and better to make, especially because we are working with MDF, and it's actually really heavy. So we highly recommend it. The only catch is that you can only make cuts up to 2 feet wide, but it's still a super useful tool. So now we are doing the cuts for the hidden storage compartment that will go over the fireplace around. And this compartment is actually going to be a little bit recessed from the rest of the fireplace built-in. The top and bottom pieces of this hidden compartment are exactly the same, but we did cut holes on the top piece for our TV cables, as you will see in a minute. These little pieces right here are for extra support, and they also work around the framing that we will be doing. Also notice that these smaller pieces are not flush to the top because part of the door is actually going to be inside of the hidden compartment. So the trim that will be going on the face of the compartment door is not going to be completely flush on top of it. So we had to make sure that the trim was going to be super sturdy. So we screwed them in together using these pocket holes instead of using the wood glue and nails. As you can see here, the door has to be smaller than the hidden compartment so that it fits inside, and so that the hidden compartment can remain recessed from the rest of the fireplace built-in. Once that was done, then we put these mounting clips on the door for the hinges to attach to. Once the hinge is replaced, we crossed our fingers and hope it worked. These hinges made the door open perfectly, exactly how we wanted it to be. It stays wherever you place it, which is very important because since it opens up, we didn't want it falling on our fingers. Also, this way we can access the TV box while we're watching TV. Finally, we cut this piece of plywood to place it behind the area where the hinges are because, as I said, we are working around the framing that we didn't want to have exposed. The hinges were a little bit bigger than we expected, so we had to cut a small hole in the back for them to fit. But either way, it worked out fine because the hinges themselves will cover it. Next, we just framed our surround for our fireplace, and then we cut the cement board to fit it, as you will see in a minute. So first we are cutting out the pieces that will actually hold our mantle top. We chose a solid wood panel for our mantle top. We wanted it to be sturdy enough to hold all of our holiday and seasonal decor throughout the years. Also, solid wood can be easily repaired if needed. Once we glued and nailed the mantle top, it was time to add the crown molding and trim pieces. make sure to fill all the holes on your mantle and all the pieces built so far with this wood filler, and then sand it down. And you will be ready for the next part, which will be the framing.
Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check back next Thursday to see the second part and the finale of this DIY faux fireplace built-in. Thanks for watching.